Another story that was commonly believed before the internet was that Debbie Harry, lead singer of Blondie, was briefly abducted by serial killer Ted Bundy. The account came directly from Debbie herself in 1989, shortly after Bundy's execution. She said in an interview that sometime in the early 70s, before she was in a band, that she had been trying to hail a cab after getting off work at Max's Kansas City to go to an after-hours club in Manhattan, but there were no cabs around. A man driving a white VW Bug was circling the block and offered her a ride. When she still didn't see any cabs available, she reluctantly agreed and got in the car. She said that he was very attractive and had curly hair, but that he had the worst body odor of anyone she had ever met. It was also very hot in the car because the window was only rolled down a couple of inches, so she instinctively reached for the window crank to roll it down further when she realized that there was no crank or door handle, and also that the area of the dashboard where the glove box and radio should be were completely empty. She immediately knew that she had made a huge mistake by getting in the car, so she reached her arm through the small opening in the window and opened it from the outside, falling onto the street. She didn't think about the encounter again until at least 15 years later when she read about Bundy's execution in a Newsweek magazine. Her memory of the attacker matched the photos of Bundy, and when the article stated that he had been driving a white VW Bug, she knew how close she had come to becoming one of his victims. But this is almost certainly not true. By all accounts, Bundy didn't get his VW until 1973, and by the end of that year, Debbie had joined a band, so the window for this event would be pretty short. There's also no record of his car ever having the crank and handle removed, and it's the only time any of his surviving victims claimed he had terrible BO. Additionally, there's no credible report of Bundy in Manhattan in 1973. He was living in Seattle at the time. Debbie later said that she felt that was wrong because he had at one point escaped, which is true. He escaped twice even, but the first time he was just in the mountains of Utah, and the second took him to Chicago, Ann Arbor, and Pensacola. That escape was in 1977, so well after Debbie started playing in bands. Today, she believes that the story has been debunked. While I don't doubt that someone driving a VW tried to abduct her, it probably wasn't Bundy because there are just too many discrepancies.